Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. The 2025 Steelers draft session has completed. The draft is still on the course, but the Steelers have picked their last pick in the draft. And now it's time for me to break down some of these picks, get my grade for each pick of this draft. And also, just break down different things and scenarios of I think how the team's gonna go, how the team's gonna look, how these potential draft prospects, well not prospects, these potential drafted players like that, what's their potential is, and what they're gonna go out there and do, and how you're gonna maximize the potential, their impact in year one. Because some of these guys might just be guys for the future, but some of these guys could have a possibility of playing, day one and going out there and giving us a big impact. Starting off first with a guy like Derrick Harmon. Derrick Harmon, I mentioned him on the channel before, a big time D lineman up front. I call him a Hulk. He's gonna be a titan. He's gonna be a big time piece up front, holding the gap. The Steelers struggle and stopping the run, and Coach Tomlin and Mr. Kint and all of them. And they all was saying that they need to preach and bring back that physicality. It was preaching it over and over, saying they need physicality. So they went to draft guys who are going to be very physical, guys who are going to impose their will on the D-line, and guys who are going to hold up the front and be an anchor on the D-line. So they went out there and got them a Derrick Harmon. Derrick Harmon is going to be good in the run game. He's good at getting pressure from the A-gaps as well. He's good at being a dynamic piece, and he can definitely play probably early on. Of course, it would be Cam Hayward, him rotating in with Cam Hayward and Kaleb Johnson and all that stuff like that, depending on what type of formations they're sitting in and stuff. But I think Derrick Harmon is going to be a big-time impact player, and he's going to be nice. He's definitely one of the best drafted players we drafted in a little bit, I think. Because Trevor Townsend last year was cool like that. We'll see more of him too. And I think Bruner Jones was cool, but I think Derrick Harmon, his talent, you're going to see it initially right from the get-go. He's going to be very good. I think he's going to be a nice piece, a nice level player, and maybe evolve into elite level player up front. So hopefully the Steelers can let him get opportunity and chances to go out there and showcase that, especially when you have TJ Watt on the edge, you have Cam Hayward there with you, Kaleb Johnson, Highfield on the other side as well, and make things easier for you, so be able to get pressure up front. How did the Eagles win their Super Bowl? By getting that front seven to go out there and make things happen. But they also won the Super Bowl because they had a good running back. They also had offense. And we got a running back to ourselves, which was Kaleb Johnson, a power running back. He had 1,500 rushing yards last year. He's a relentless force. He'll go down from first content. Like I mentioned yesterday, he's kind of like Najee Harris, but maybe less athletic. And he cannot catch that. Can't catch that good. Now, that's the only thing that's kind of a knack on him. He's not a catcher. He's not a pass catcher. He has only 29 catches in 3 years there at Iowa. He's not really a pass catcher. He's more of a power back, so he's kind of like Derrick Henry types. He didn't play like Derrick Henry, of course. Derrick Henry played phenomenal at Alabama. He plays good too, but he's more of that type of style where he's like a guy who's going to be, going out there running the ball like that. Might not be seen a lot of the times on third down. This is like a situation where he had to go out there and block, but on third down, we got Jalen Warren who can catch out the backfield. You want to have him run out for do different things. So Kaleb Johnson only had I think the most catches he caught was last year. It was 22 catches. That was the most he had. But before that, it was 7 and it was 4 like that. So he really had that many catches in his career. No, actually, I'm tripping. It was 4 and it was 2. No, it was 4 and it was 3. Yeah, because he had a total of 7 the first 2 years. 22 catches last year. So he's really not a pass catcher like that. But I think overall, he's still gonna be a solid player. He'll be a solid player, gonna be nice. He has patience. He has good ball vision as well. He has physicality as well. The Steelers got a young, fresh O-line who's gonna be pushing and going out there trying to make plays and get things done, get things handled. We got Trevor Townsend coming back. Zach Frazier did a good job last year. McCormick was a steal last year in the 4th round. Did a good job too. You got Roger Jones moving back to his original spot. Finally, the Steelers kept playing him all over the place. And then you got, of course, I'll just put my head. I don't know what's in my head for still. But then you got, of course, who's on the side? We have Siamalu. Siamalu's still on the team as well. So you got all these pieces, of course, that you have on the team and stuff on the O-line. The O-line is young and fresh and built up. So now we're going to see how this team kind of respond and stuff as well. I thought the Steelers were going to draft another O-lineman in this draft, but they decided to roll with the guys they got. So we're going to see how things happen, how things is handled in this draft, and how Kaleb Johnson looked with the team. But that's the only thing that's a knack on him is he's not really a catcher at the backfield. I feel like the way the Steelers offense is, the way the NFL is nowadays, you gotta be able to catch at the backfield too. But unless you can excel in doing one thing, like Derrick Henry might not be the best catcher at the backfield, but he excels in running that football very, very well and dynamic like that. So he has a place, of course. I was hoping for Cam Scatterbo or DJ Giddens. I feel like those guys would fit our offense style a little bit more, but hey, Kaleb Johnson will do very well. We're gonna be kind of old school, power back style, and see how things kind of shape out for him. So that's gonna be very cool to see. Moving on to the next person. Who was the next person that was drafted? Who was the next person? It was what's his name? Yayha something. It was the one from Iowa. Oh, what's his name? I had a brain fart. His name is Yayha Black or something? Yeah, Yayha Black. Yeah, Yayha Black, the defensive tackle from Iowa. The guy up front, you know, he's definitely just there to help us, of course, build that depth up for the D lineman. In the middle right there, he's a run stuffer. The Steelers want to build physicality. They went out there and double dip. Now, I don't double dip my chips. I dip it one time and eat it like that. But Steelers went out there double dip like that. Got another defensive tackle brought in. Yayha Black, a guy who excels in stopping the run and stuff as well. More teammates. We drafted a lot of teammates in this draft. You know, Steelers let us connections, the family connections, the teammates. We have double teammates in this draft. So Kaleb Johnson, teammate, and Yayha Black will be coming with them too to the team, and we'll see how things shape out, how he rotate in, of course, and maybe evolve into being, you know, a solid piece for us. So we'll see how things go. Moving on to the next person who was drafted, which was the 5th round. 5th round was Jack Sawyer, right? I think so, yeah. Jack Sawyer was the 5th round. Steelers after Jack Sawyer in the 5th round. Jack Sawyer is a well, actually, was Jack Sawyer I think Jack Sawyer might have been the 4th round. Then the 5th round was Yayha Black. Something like. Let me make sure. Let me make sure we're doing this on the fly. Oh, yeah, I had it backwards. Jack Sawyer was the 4th round pick. Yayha Black was the 5th round pick. Jack Sawyer, you know about Jack Sawyer, you know, from Iowa State. He's a guy who's very dominant. Make the big time play, of course, in the national championship game, the end of the game. You know, he's relentless, have a high motor, he's a beast on the outside. I was still surprised by them drafting him at first, because we have TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Herb Big on the edge already. Then you bring another edge rusher in too as well. So it'll help the rotation, I guess, to keep more depth there in those positions. But it's gonna be very interesting. They got Tom Grossi announcing the Packers pick. That's very cool. Yeah, but it'll help out, I guess, the team, you know, like in long term. Maybe we'll see more of him as well. But he's gonna be nice, I think. He'll be nice with us. It was still crazy that we passed on. Well, actually, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later, like that. I'm all over the place, but yes, Sawyer was the 4th pick, and then the 5th pick was Yayha Black. You say I can't even get his name right. Yayha Black. I remember the names, of course, when things started to transpire more. I didn't really dive into Yayha Black a lot. Doing I was scouting and stuff like that for the channel and stuff. I didn't even dive into him too much. So we're gonna look more into him. I'm gonna see more into his stuff. And actually, some of the college film stuff, it matters, but now it really don't matter as much as the other team. So I have to wait to the training camp to see more and more and see how he kind of excels and stuff. But moving on to the 6th pick, which was the big pick of the day, Will Howard, of course. The Steelers went out there and got Will Howard. Now, they did pass on Shedeur Sanders a few times, which was crazy to me. Shedeur Sanders fell all the way down to the 5th round, which is absolutely crazy. Some people say, you guys overhyping it. No. You can't guess like me. I watched the film. I've been watching him since high school. I live in Texas. And I've seen him get better and better and better, and seeing him play through adversity. And Will Howard, I was surprised he was a 6th round pick too. He should have been higher. Will Howard and Shedeur Sanders should not have been picked 5th and 6th round. They should have been up there like that. It should have been like 2nd, 3rd-ish round like that for them, like that. 1st for Shedeur, I think, and I think Will Howard could have been 2nd, 3rd-ish round. But guys like Dylan Gabriel got picked in front of them, which was crazy. The Browns drafted Dylan Gabriel, which was already crazy itself. And then you went back and got Shedeur, because you probably said, dang, we fucked that up right there. Go get Shedeur a little bit. So that's still crazy. It's the Browns, though, of course. So it's crazy for them to do that. But it's going to be very interesting to see how things go. I think Will Howard, Shedeur Sanders, Cam Scatterbo, some other players too as well, who have a chip on their shoulder. Because some of those guys, I don't think they should have fell down that far down the draft. And they don't have a chip on their shoulder. They're going to go out there and play very good football. When you have the extra edge pushing you to go out there and play and dominate, it's going to be nice. Will Howard, he has a big body type of quarterback. When you look at him, I ain't saying he is Big Ben, but when you look at him, he look kind of like Big Ben. He plays in a play style like that. I'm like that backyard style football, you know, making things happen, playmaking. We've seen his ability. He plays a lot like that, a throw on the run ability, his ability to, you know, the strong quarterback, big body quarterback who stays up and go down from first contact, breaking sacks and spinning out of things, can scramble as well if he have to and make things happen. He's going to be pretty solid. Going to be pretty good, I think. If the Steelers do a great job in helping him, going to be very good. We see him with the Ike Ibuka, and we see him have weapons at Ohio State. And now you got DK Metcalf and GP and stuff. If the GP don't get traded, hopefully we'll see what happens. If GP get traded or he's going to stay. Hope he stays so we can have more weapons like that, but you never know. The NFL is a business, so we'll see. But you have more weapons with him. Pat Fryermuth, Darnell Washington. You got the running backs and stuff as well, so it's going to be interesting. He have a lot of weapons to go. And he possibly could start year one. A lot of people saying that he might not start, but you never know. He might beat Mason Rudolph out. I feel like the QB spot is still open. Mason Rudolph, is a winner as a starter with the Steelers. He got a winning record as a starter, but the QB position is still open for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, Aaron Rodgers come here, then probably be him starting, of course. But if he doesn't come here, it'd be wide open. I'll probably go out there, get Tyler Huntley too. Throw Tyler Huntley in the mix with Mason Rudolph, with Will Howard, and see who on it, and see who competes and stuff. But it'll be very interesting to see. I know the Steelers, I know our Rooney's the second. He's kind of banking on Aaron Rodgers. They mentioned that yesterday when he was talking about they didn't want to take a quarterback too high up like that, a guy who potentially going to be a starter right away. They said they want to get a guy who can maybe sit for a while. So maybe that's why they didn't get Shedeur Sanders. They didn't want him to initially start right away, but that still makes sense. So like you could have him sit down for a few hours too, but we'll see. You better hope it's the case of where Will Howard doesn't play well, and then the Browns, because they haven't to us before. Lamar Jackson, we passed Lamar Jackson and took Terrell Edmonds. We knew Big Ben was declining. And people were wondering why the Steelers didn't do that. Like, why the Steelers do that for? You knew Big Ben is declining. You've seen it happening. And you went out there and you got Terrell Edmonds. And people were like, oh, you got Terrell Edmonds instead of Lamar Jackson, who's a Heisman Trophy winner. And now Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, and he's in your same division. And he kicked your ass in the playoffs and beat you the last regular season game as well. Now, the Steelers got a great, of course, regular season record against the Lamar Jackson. They're like, what, 2 and Lamar like 3. Well, now he's like 4-4, I think. 4-4, 4-5 versus the Steelers. But overall, his success that he has had, the ACE Championship game appearance they had a few years ago, and them constantly winning the division here and there as well, like that, he's been playing very good. The Steelers missed out on him, missed out on Jalen Hurts as well, another guy from Oklahoma who fell at the first round, fell in the second round. A lot of people thought that he wasn't going to be as good. Just won a Super Bowl MVP, and played tremendous football, developed into a great quarterback. So you missed out on him too. And now it's the third time. Shedeur Sanders, you missed out on him a few times. Now, hope for your sake, Shedeur Sanders do play well, which I think he's going to play well. But I hope Will Howard play well as well. I think Will Howard has potential to play well too. If the Steelers don't mess it up, the Steelers always mess up the young quarterback talent because they have to throw them out there when they're unprepared and stuff. Don't prepare them well. Kenny Pickett, we knew Kenny Pickett wasn't the most talented, but I feel like he could have been better if the Steelers built around him and prepared him correctly like that. And you don't go out there and get Mr. Trubisky. Mr. Trubisky, a guy who you know is not going to be sustainable for the whole season. You got to throw your rookie out there to the fire to try to save you and stuff. You should have went out there and got a guy who's going to be capable and a guy who is solid enough to be your starter for that whole year, so you can let that young guy sit and learn like that. So the Steelers got to do that. Will Howard got talent, but can the Steelers develop him into that quarterback? We have to see like that. So it's gonna be very interesting. You better hope it's not the case where Will Howard is horrible because the Steelers didn't develop him well, and then Shedeur Sanders go out there and ball out, and the Browns got a quarterback now, franchise guy. And then all the eyes gonna be on you. And then people like, oh, y'all horrible decision makers. So the hope for your case that Will Howard does go out there and excel. I think he should go out there and play well, but you gotta build around him like that. We see the talent there. He has the arm. He has the mobility. He has the intangibles you can't teach. The clutch ability. Go watch those playoff games of Will Howard playing the college football playoffs. He won game after game after game like that, putting the team on his back, going out there handling things. He's gonna have a chip on his shoulder as well because he was one of the quarterbacks who got looked over too. Got drafted in the 6th round. He's like, Dylan Gabriel in front of me, Tyler Shaw in front of me. Remember what Jimmy Butler said? Tobias Harris over me. Like, you talking about some Tyler Shaw who been in college since he entered the same time in college when Trevor Lawrence was there. Tyler Shaw was in college. I was in high school. Tyler Shaw been in college forever. That man got 3 degrees, they said. 3 degrees. He been in college for a long time. He had 1 good year at Louisville. And you talking about some, he's better than Will Howard or Shedeur Sanders. Get taking over those guys. And you got Dylan Gabriel, same story as well. Saying he's better than Shedeur Sanders and Will Howard. Those guys don't have chips on their shoulder, big chips on their shoulder, going out there and performing. And the Steelers can manage it right and do well about him and build around him. He can go out there and excel, and I think he'll play very well. So I think Will Howard gonna be nice. So welcome to the team, Will Howard. I'm hoping you go out there and you're taking this personal. Take it very personal, because take it personal to everybody. The Steelers passed on you a few times too. Take it personal to everybody. Go out there and handle business and get things done. And we're gonna see some big things excel like that too. So gotta go out there and do it right. But Steelers need to make sure they build around him right, develop him right, and get things going right and stuff as well. So hopefully Arthur Smith and our QB coach, I forgot who our QB coach is, but hopefully they can develop him well and don't have to throw him out there to the fire. Let him go out there, handle things. Now, if he gets thrown out there now, he got DK and GP and stuff. He has some talent to work with, but I feel like it'd be better for him to sit and learn a lot of things like that, so he can be prepared. So once they do it, we have the full off season of getting all the reps and getting all the first team reps, getting everything. You go out there and make some magic happen. So we'll see exactly what happens with that. The Steelers also went and got who was the other people they got? It was I think what's the name? Mark Bruner's son. Yeah, Carson Bruner. They got him, Mark Bruner's son. They're doing the family connection. I think he's still working the Steelers front office and stuff. So he's a former tight end with the Steelers. They got him. I guess for more depth, and they got It was a cornerback they got too as well. Who was the cornerback they got? Oh, it was from Central Michigan. Central Michigan. Something like that. Yeah, Central Michigan. It was some cornerback. I forgot his name. You see, it was it something Kint? Let me see. I had it pulled up. Kint. Let me be Central Michigan cornerback. What's his name? Dante Kint. In the 7th round, still Dante Kint. I'm surprised they didn't get Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant from Kansas, I'm surprised he fell all the way down to that 7th round spot. He has a lot of potential. He plays the slot well, but the Steelers went out there and got a Central Michigan guy. They little small school guys the connection. Like, yes, his father played here. I don't care where his father played. Get the best player available. So Kobe Bryant, I think would have been better suggestion and a better selection right there in that pick right there. But hopefully this guy, Dante Kint, does a good job. We'll see exactly what happens, of course. But overall, the Steelers, I think the draft grade for me, I'll give the Steelers overall, I would give them a B- overall. I feel like they didn't address get another safety out there. I know they got John Thornhill, but if you got another safety, Jaden Reed was there for a while. Could have got him. Texas took him in the 5th round though, and then you could have went out there and got Kobe Bryant in the corner as well. So I'm gonna give him a B- or B, maybe a B. It's a B on the dot right there. I went out there and handled business getting Derrick Harmon. Kaleb Johnson is cool, but I'm gonna grade each one separately. Derrick Harmon, I'm gonna say A+. Kaleb Johnson, I'm gonna say B- because he cannot catch as good. I'm gonna say B-. You look at the 4th one, Jack Sawyer, I'm gonna say B, because he's not gonna have the immediate impact for us at the moment. Probably like more of a future thing than building towards something. But he's gonna be nice. I think he's gonna be very good. They probably rotate him in here and there and stuff. I'm gonna say for Yayha Black, I'm gonna give him an A-. Getting a big guy up front too, add more depth up front. Will Howard, I'm gonna give that one an A-. Well, actually a B+. I feel like Shadur Sanders would have been a better suggestion right there. But they passed him a few times like that, so they went with this choice instead. So I'm gonna give him a B- like that. And then who else we got? Let's see, the Bruner one and the Kint one. I'm gonna give the Kint one a C-, and I'm gonna give the Bruner one C+ like that. So we'll see how things shape out. Hopefully all these guys go out there and excel and play well. But this is my grade for the Steelers 2025 draft. Let me know down below what you guys think about the 2025 Steelers draft, and I'll see you guys probably not because my Heat already got jacked up. 37 points, lost by 37 points, which is very crazy. So I'll probably see you guys most likely maybe tomorrow discussing some basketball stuff, some playoff review, going over some of the games like that. But in terms of football talk, I'm all football out for this weekend. So I probably will not be seeing you guys until Monday morning. Unless I'm still sitting at the channel, I might do a video talking about the overall draft stuff. So be on the lookout for that maybe later today, a quick one. But as of today on this channel, I'm all footballed out. I watched the full draft from start to finish. It's still long too right now. You know, it's on Baltimore pick. It's like a few more picks left. But yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace out.